think we need maybe 30 mil. That'll probably do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I am here with actor Colin Egglesfield, known from All My Children, Something Borrowed, and he is going to be part of this very cool experience in Florida called RomaDrama. Tell me, what is this? Sort of like a convention of all feel-good things?
Yeah. So Gina, thank you for having me here. And yeah, I'm super excited about this event. It's I'm sure a lot of people have heard about Comic Cons and these actor conferences. So this one is romantic comedy or romantic drama Comic-Con, so to speak. So this was the brainchild of these two amazing women, Gabrielle and Sarah, who they tried to produce this before. It was like right before the pandemic, and then pandemic hit. So this has been on hold for a while. So a lot of people are excited about this. They've been waiting for it, and it's more of an experiential event from what I've been told, because it's over 3 days. So it's, I've been to some of these things before where you jump in line and you have like 10 seconds to get an autograph and maybe take a picture, and then they shuttle you along. Yeah. Where this is going to be 3 days of actually being able to have conversations, being able to hang out. We've got a bunch of different activities planned, such as karaoke. We've got acting with the stars, where we're going to randomly pick people to come up on stage and reenact scenes from like whatever movies and TV shows that your favorite actors have been in. There's going to be over 20 actors from your favorite shows from Lifetime and Hallmark, GAC, Ion, and it's just going to be an amazing, fun weekend.
Wow, it sounds like everything we kind of need now, because Hallmark, like those types of movies, people are really embracing, sort of like a more positive thing. And you're going to be on a panel, is that right?
So I'm actually going to be, there's a few different panels throughout the weekend, and I may be jumping on one or two of them, but what I am scheduled to do is I'm scheduled to do the acting with the stars on Saturday night. And then on Sunday morning, I'm going to be doing in what I call my Inspire workshop. And this essentially was born out of the book that I wrote 3 years ago called Agile Artist: Life Lessons from Hollywood and Beyond. It's basically all the amazing insight and advice that I've learned from different acting teachers and producers and directors, and a lot of successful people that I've had the opportunity to work with over the past 20 years. And in this book, I just talk about how the things that I've learned from the industry have helped me in my personal life, and how I think it could help so many other people dealing with whatever they're dealing with. I'm a cancer survivor, so I have a chapter about how what I've learned, my acting principles and success principles, helped with my mindset, and working with some amazing life coaches and therapists and psychologists and everything that actors rely on for us to be able to get in front of the camera and be vulnerable and brave and courageous enough to tell these stories, to convey the character that we're portraying on screen. And for a lot of people, including myself, that can be very scary. And what I've discovered is that I was my own worst enemy when it came to advocating for myself and putting myself out there, because as actors, it's not like a regular job where, you're selling a product. With acting, you're selling yourself. So when you go into these rooms, it can be intimidating, being like, here I am, I'm great. This is what, where there's that fine balance of putting your best foot forward and showing people what you can do, but then also being humble enough to understand that, this is a privilege and an amazing opportunity to be able to be a part of this industry. And again, a lot of what I've learned has helped me in my personal life. And that's what I talk about in my book. And during pandemic, I essentially took what is in the book and I turned it into an online course. So it was a 6-week course where every week I would assign writing exercises. And the way the course is set up is I help people identify where they're at in their life and then where they want to be. Similar to what you how a movie is structured, where there's act one, which is where the characters are at the beginning of the movie, which is a different place from where they are at act three at the end of the movie. And then what's their arc? And over my 20-year career, when I wrote my book, I realized I did the calculations. I went on over 2,000 auditions. So I've read, thousands of scripts, and through reading all of these stories and these scripts, I have identified that essentially as actors, when we create these characters to go into these rooms to audition, we're creating a new self-identity to go into these rooms to portray these characters. And what I realized is that I started to ask myself, well, what character am I creating in my own life for myself? Because we all act in our lives. We act a different way in front of our family. We act a different way in front of our relationships. We act a different way in our jobs. And some people may say, well, I'm just who I am and I don't act for anyone and I'm just who I am. But guess what? Who you are was basically constructed from where you grew up, what your culture is, what religion you were raised with, where your schooling was. And so subconsciously, we create our self-identity about who we are. And a lot of the times, that self-identity is a lot of negative talk. And this is where a lot of amazing acting teachers help me get clear about what my negative self-talk was, because I would go into these auditions and I was paralyzed. I would get so nervous because it would bring up these feelings of being judged, like back in school. And so in my Inspire course, I help people essentially write a new life script for themselves. And I help them start to look at life from different perspectives. I help them get in touch with who they really are and what they really want. And I'm condensing this 6 weeks into 3 hours on Sunday at RomaDrama, which will be a little taste of what the course is all about. So this weekend isn't just about you coming to meet your favorite actors and getting autographs and taking pictures. You're actually going to start to feel what it feels like to be the movie star in your own life.
I love that. I love that. I mean, that's perfect, and so even after, let's say they get this taste and they're hooked. Now, will there be a continuation so they can follow up with you and continue to kind of work with you after?
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So I do my Inspire course. I was doing it like 3 or 4 times a year. And now that things are opening up, I'm now doing more in-person type events. But I will be doing another 6-week Inspire course. So this will be a way for people to learn about the course. And if you want to jump in it, you can sign up for it. Very cool.
Now, the acting part that kind of got my interest there, are they people are going to get up and do a scene with, all right, talk about anxiety. I mean, how are you going to get like regular, soccer mom up there to do?
Oh, yeah.
How's that going to work?
Oh, yeah. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to actually be very interactive with your favorite stars.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. That is going to be so cool for so many people.
So are you coming?
I'm in Massachusetts right now, but I'm sending people that,
okay,
huge fans. So that is interesting. Do you know how many people they're anticipating? This is going to be pretty big, I would think.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not sure, but I know it's in the hundreds, if not thousands.
Oh yeah, no, I would think the thousands.
Yeah.
I noticed, I was looking at the lineup and I noticed one of your Something Borrowed co-stars is going to be there. It's Ashley Williams is going to be there too.
Yeah. I'm so excited to see her. I haven't seen her in a few years, so it's going to be great to see her. And she's amazing. It was so fun to work with her. So talented. Like, it was hard to keep a straight face when she was on set because she's hilarious.
Yeah, she was great. She was great. And I watched your Coffee with Colin with Gwyneth Goodwin not too long ago. And you guys, and I was like, okay, are they going to give us some clues? Is something blue coming? She wants it too. This is all comes down to money still, or can we get this on Netflix maybe?
Well, do you know anyone at Netflix, Gina, that we could talk to?
I'm making calls.
Yeah. I think we need maybe 30 mil. That'll probably do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
30 mil. Okay.
Yeah. And the problem is nowadays, the budgets for these types of projects just don't exist anymore. There really is only the lower budget independent films, and then the big budget $100 million, Top Guns and Marvel movies, which is great, but a lot of that middle sector film that used to be made, where a lot of these romantic comedies fell into, where the budgets were like between 20 and 50 million, like Pretty Woman and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. A lot of that has gone away because box office numbers have gone down. And so a big revenue generator was box office. And because all these streaming platforms sprouted up and people essentially are watching everything from home now, a lot of the A-list actors that were doing these types of movies have now moved into TV, where these types of shows are now being spread out over 6-part miniseries or 10-part episodic shows on Netflix or Amazon or whatever. So a big part of that market got moved over to the streaming platforms. And unfortunately, as a result, movies like Something Blue just have fallen into that kind of no man's land of, it's going to require a lot of money to put up to make it. And studios are just not sure if the return on their investment is going to be there.
Yeah, because I think the fan base, though, they're very passionate. So I'm just wondering where, we can kind of fill in the blanks there, because I think people love the big, blockbuster, blow them up and stuff. But I think everything's we've been through the last few years, I think people really need those big hugs, I guess. Yeah,
and that's why a lot of people have started tuning into more Hallmark movies and Lifetime, and it's been great because Hallmark is cranking out like a movie a day almost. It's crazy. Like they really have fit that niche of producing content that so many people want to see. It's it's crazy how since the beginning of movie making, a lot of the reason why people go to see movies is because they want to see people fall in love. They want to see connection. They want to feel the excitement of what it's like to have those butterflies in your stomach again. And are they going to be together or are they not going to be together? And, what's in the way of them, of true love actually coming together. And I think these networks have really started to, do a great job of providing that type of content to people.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I know you got your start, back on All My Children, playing Erica Kane's son. And, a lot of soap operas have kind of cycled out, but we still have a few out there. What was your experience? I know it was a while ago working on a soap. Was that pretty grueling, or did you kind of love it?
It was amazing and grueling and terrifying all at the same time.
Yeah.
Soap opera, because we're shooting a whole 1-hour show in one day, there's no time to really do 3, 4, 5, 6 takes. You're essentially doing only 1 or 2 takes and then you're moving on. So you've got to know your material. You've got to know it like the back of your hand. And it's great training ground for any actor because it just forces you to be able to process a lot of information and learn your lines very quickly. And the first few weeks that I was on the show, I'm sure I looked like this because I was just like, oh my God, there's 4 cameras. What's my line? Oh, I'm supposed to walk over here. It's pretty incredible. And I think a lot of soap opera actors don't necessarily get the recognition or the respect that they deserve. But after working on soap opera for 3 years, man, it's when actors are able to pull all of that together in such a short amount of time, and the producers and the writers, it's nothing short of miraculous.
Yeah, it's hardcore. It is hardcore, and then you've done, some big movies, obviously. And I know when I spoke to you last, you had just done the 100 Days to Live, which was totally different than what I know you in. Looking back on that experience, did you love it? Did you like, or do you have a type of character you like to play?
I like to play characters that are conflicted, that are complex.
Mhm.
And that's why I really liked playing this character, because he was a guy who was facing deep loss and then falling in love again, and then deciding the fate of whether or not he wanted to continue living. I mean, these are huge things that a lot of people are dealing with. And that movie in particular touched on a little bit on the mental health aspect of, what we deal with, especially now. It's kind of crazy with, I think every 30 seconds in this country, someone commits suicide. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So hopefully, another reason why I wanted to do that film was to hopefully bring some more awareness to the mental health issue and conversation that's going on in this country. And I guess in answer to your question, I wanted to play that character for those types of just those complex types of roles that you can really sink your teeth into.
Yeah, no, it was great. And it was also in your hometown. Are you still in Chicago? I love that you went home.
Yeah, I am. After growing up, I couldn't wait to get out of here.
Yeah.
I just wanted to explore the world and get away from my parents.
I know.
I mean, I love my parents, but I was like, okay, I just want to get out, and I, want to have some autonomy. And so was able to live in Europe, which is an incredible experience. And I think what really helped me in my life with living abroad, and I think everyone should make the effort to travel and just go someplace different, is that, I think in America, it's very easy for us to get stuck in these little bubbles of our neighborhoods and just where we live. And, we tend to just get very comfortable with what we have and what we're used to. And when I started to travel, I just started meeting people from all over the world. And the common denominator between everyone is that people just want to feel safe. They want to feel connection. They want to feel that they've got purpose. They want to feel that what they're doing matters, and they want to feel that they're able to provide for their families. And I think sometimes here in America, especially, we tend to forget that at the core level, people are people, and we start to think about, well, they're from that country or they're from this region, and it's very easy for us to feed into this healthy diet of fear that the media throws at us, and that we've got to protect ourselves, and there's all these dangers. And really, once you just kind of get out of your little bubble and you start to see what's out there, man, there's so many amazing things out there in the world, so many amazing people. And I would just encourage anyone to just, I think it's very easy for us to establish opinions and form opinions on where we're at in life. And I think that's one of the most dangerous things we can do, because you're missing out on so many incredible things out there that, if you just keep an open perspective and just have an open mind, and just what I love to do is just listen to what people have to say and set my opinions aside, so that, you most often will learn something that you never knew was out there that can really help you have a better perspective on life and eliminate a lot of the misinformation and the fear that's being thrown out there.
Yeah, no, for sure. And what's so nice is that you did all this traveling, but it's sort of like the old Dorothy, there's no place like home thing, because I follow you on Instagram. You're always with your nieces and nephews, and you're with your family. Was that kind of the main reason why you came home?
Yeah. As actors, it's or anyone who essentially travels for work, we sacrifice a lot in terms of, if I guess the old model was you had to be in Hollywood in order to physically go to these auditions. And the fear was, well, if I go back to Chicago for my nephew's birthday party and I'm gone for 5 days, maybe I'm going to miss out on that audition. That could be that audition that was for This Is Us, where for the next 7 years, you could be on a hit TV show. So people were like, I got to be in Hollywood. I have to be here. The great thing nowadays with technology and Zoom, actors now, we most of the time we record ourselves on our smartphones and we email it into the casting director. So a lot of people are able to live in places that they would prefer to live in. And, my father passed away a few years ago, and I wanted to come back home and just be closer to my mom and my brother and my nieces and nephews. And that's what's been great about being back here in Chicago. And now that the world is starting to open up again, I'm actually going to go film a movie in the Canary Islands next month, which is off the coast of Africa. Looks like I'm going to be doing a TV show in the fall. That's going to be shooting, parts of it are going to be shooting all around the world. So really excited to finally be able to get back out there.
Oh, can you tease anything about the movie and the TV show?
So the film it's in the vein of The Blood Diamond, which was with Leonardo DiCaprio, where, there's the diamond business and some of it is illicit, and, there's the underground black market for diamond smuggling. And so this film deals with that underground diamond black market and a cast of characters who are essentially gangsters and who are trying to create their diamond empire. And I play a character in there who feels that it's time that I stake my claim. And so there's some, it's an action slash, I would say, drama in the vein of like Scarface. Wow. And it's lock, stock, and two smoking barrels. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh man, that sounds awesome. Oh my gosh. And then
the TV show is it's a TV show. Season 1 is already aired. It's called Cypher, and it was on Roku. And season 2 we're going to be starting in the fall. So it looks like I'll be a regular cast member on that. And this one is cool. It's kind of like international espionage and spies, and in the vein of like Jason Bourne, Bourne Identity, 24, Alias, that type of thing.
Wow. Before I let you go, I got to ask you, do you do your own stunts?
Sometimes. I'm not that crazy. Some guy, man, I've done movies where I'm like, yeah, you guys can fly that motorcycle across that ravine, and I'm just going to sit here and watch. Like,
you're gonna let Tom Cruise do all of his stunts. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, you're gonna be a little busy, so we're gonna have to keep something blue on ice for a little while. But that sounds really exciting. All right. So this is a 3-day event, and people can still get tickets. Yep.
You go to RomaDrama.com.
Okay.
And on there, it'll show you all the actors that are going to be there, what the different events are. And there's different tiers. Okay. The minimum price is $29. So super affordable for anyone. Yeah. And then just based on what other events and things you want to do, if you want to have some alone time with someone like Trevor Donovan, or, there's a whole like plethora of your favorite heartthrobs there. You can just go there and check out whatever tier you want to do.
Very cool. All right. Well, I can't wait to look at the footage since I can't be there. And I think it's going to be awesome. And I can't wait to see you in these movies. Gosh, this is going to be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Colin. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Gina. I appreciate it too.